I discovered Bitcoin 2011 and it was Silk Road. I went through the trouble of installing Tor, all that stuff, and I thought, this looks exactly like a CIA honeypot. What if I just got $50 worth? I had that thought. Can you imagine?
You would have had like 50 Bitcoin in 2011 for $50. And that would be like $5 to $6 million in today's terms.
I didn't deserve Bitcoin at that price. 2017 comes around. My friend comes in from out of town. He says, hey, have you heard about Bitcoin? And I say, that's still a thing? Something changed in me.
Something clicked watching the price go up during the bull run of 2017.
Watching the price, learning more about it, figuring out it's open source, it's this protocol, it's not a company. It was the decentralized nature of it. Everyone's got a copy of this ledger. The only crypto is Bitcoin. Everything else is fiat. And we're all like cryptographically proving it to be valid and true.
The computing power that is driven into Bitcoin today is many times greater than the next 500 supercomputers put together.
After all this time of watching podcasts, I've been brainwashed enough to dump all of my savings into Bitcoin. Now I just dollar cost average a little bit off paycheck. So I'm all in. Just get a little bit and get some skin in the game, find out what it is. You're going to be more interested once you have it. It's a new technology. I feel like if we don't get into Bitcoin, it's not going to be a very bright future.
Welcome to Sat Chats, the Bitcoin podcast where we chat about sats. What are Satoshis? Satoshis are the smallest part of a Bitcoin. I'm changing it up on y'all.
I know. I was like, am I supposed to chime in here?
I think a lot of people, they're in robot mode for my intro because it's the same every single time.
Yeah, it is.
I'm switching it up a little bit.
Okay.
What are Satoshis, aka sats? They are the smallest part of a Bitcoin. The same way pennies are the smallest part of a dollar. With Sat Chats, we are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center to serve as your gateway to generational wealth. So if you are brand new to Bitcoin, we want to chat about sats with you. Head to satchats.com to grab your slot in the studio today. I'm your host, Stuart.
And I'm your co-host, Anna Bevan.
And in the studio today, we have got number 128, Daniel.
Great.
I can't wait for this one. So he found Sat Chats on his YouTube homepage. Okay, one of our long form videos, Sat Chats. He started engaging with our channel, and it was my sister's episode. Number 80, Lydia, who is absolutely famous for looking directly into her camera and telling every satillionaire in the audience at the beginning of the episode that she would in fact be taking the $50 in cash and that she wouldn't even be saving it or investing it or anything. She was going to be spending it. And not only was she going to be spending it, she was going to be spending it that night on tacos. And I went with her to Chubby's in Lake Boone here in Raleigh and observed the spending of the $50 on the freaking tacos, probably with the guacamole as well. And it was absolutely devastational and torture-like for me to experience. So Daniel watched my sister's episode and it fired up something inside him. And he said, okay, I'm a satillionaire just like everyone else in the audience. Anyone is allowed to come on this show the same way anyone is allowed to buy Bitcoin. I'm going to come up out of the audience. I'm going to come up out of the comment section. I'm going to go to satchats.com. I'm going to sign up for my slot in the studio today. And here he is, number 128, Daniel. Introduce yourself to our satillionaires, and then let's absolutely unleash your Bitcoin story.
Yeah, my name's Daniel. Thank you so much for having me. This is my first podcast. Let's see. I discovered Bitcoin 2011, and it was Silk Road, and I went through the trouble of installing Tor, all that stuff, and found it, and I looked at it, and I thought, this looks exactly like a CIA honeypot. This is some kind of scam. This is this is some kind of company doing this digital coin, and probably a fad. This will probably disappear or never get out. And these people will probably go to jail. That was my first thought of Bitcoin.
Well, let's pause right there, because for everyone who doesn't know, Tor is it's like a privacy browser.
Oh, okay.
And it takes your traffic from your computer, it sends it to another computer. That computer sends your traffic to another computer. And it's basically like layers of an onion that take you through and back out so that you can reach the dark web without anyone really being able to understand who you are or where you're coming from. And it's an excellent privacy tool, by the way, that is demonized by nation states and other centralized powers because they want to see where you're going on the internet, right? And you can even get flagged in your home for using the Tor browser, even if you're just trying to browse the internet anonymously, let's say because you've disappeared into hiding because some bad guy is obsessed with you and wants to unalive you because he's mentally not okay, right? So anyways, Tor is a private browser, or it's at least it's a tool to kind of anonymize your. You went to the Silk Road. Now, did you believe the Silk Road was a CIA honeypot or that Bitcoin was a CIA honeypot?
Silk Road.
Silk Road, okay.
I thought.
Explain what you mean by CIA honeypot.
Well, I mean, you give them your information. I didn't know how it worked, but you're going to have to give you some kind of information to like send me something, and that's where they can get you.
Yeah.
From the mail.
Right, because you could buy literally any old thing on Silk Road. And it gets a bad rap because you could buy and sell drugs on Silk Road. But I believe I heard somewhere that was only a couple of percentage points of the total number of things sold.
Is that still a thing now?
Silk Road?
Silk Road still a thing?
No.
Yeah,
I didn't shut down a long time ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yep.
So you thought that the Silk Road was a CIA honeypot, and did you think that Bitcoin was a function of Silk Road or associated with? Did you understand that Bitcoin was a neutral money at that point, or did you think it was all one thing?
Yeah, I didn't understand it was open source. I didn't understand any of the history. I didn't know about any kind of forums. I even looked like, what is this cryptocurrency? What does this B symbol mean? And I just couldn't find anything. I couldn't find out like where to get it. I was like, what if I just got $50 worth? I had that thought.
Oh.
What if I just got $50 worth?
Dang.
Dude.
And yeah, can you imagine?
You would have had like 50 Bitcoin in 2011 for $50. And that would be like $5 to $6 million in today's terms. It would have been insane.
Yeah, so I think about that a lot.
Yeah. Dude, me too, man. Me too. I mean, the first I ever heard about it was in 2017 during that wild bull run.
Mm-hmm.
Even me, as the class of 2024, starting to buy Bitcoin for the first time when it was in the 60,000s, I was, wistful about the days when it was 3,000 to 20,000 per coin, right? But to think about 2011 is just, my gosh, it would be insane to have done that. But you did not get any Bitcoin at that time? No.
Nope. I was busy. I was in between jobs at the time. And like just right after I found this, I like finally got a job, got a house, relationships. I just kind of forgot about it. It wasn't in my algorithm. I didn't really come across it on Reddit or YouTube or anything like that. Until at work, someone mentioned it to me. It was probably 2014, 2015. And he asked me if I had heard about Bitcoin. I was like, yeah. And he went on some tangent. I don't know. I don't remember. But I was not receptive to it. I didn't want to have anything to do with this guy. And yeah, it's just like in one ear and out the other. And I'm sorry, dude. I didn't deserve Bitcoin at that price.
Wait. So did you say it was a guy on a forum who asked you?
No, a coworker.
A coworker. Okay, I'm sorry. So a coworker asked you 4 to 5 years later if you knew anything about Bitcoin. You did. He did like we Bitcoiners do, where we go, hey, and we want to talk. We want you to, even though it took us 100 to 1,000 hours of study to actually grok Bitcoin, we want to jam it into your head in the space of a 5 to 30 minute whatever time you're willing to give us. And it is not often that someone's like, okay, I accept this and I ingest this and I'm ready to learn more. It usually just is like, dude, why are you freakishly, insanely excited about this weirdo online thing that isn't real? So you were on the other end of that exchange. And
I was.
And if you're watching out there, coworker, Daniel apologizes. Okay,
He probably is.
Yeah. It's a nice healing moment for you and for us and for him.
Yeah.
So that's your second exposure to Bitcoin and your second denial of Bitcoin. Then what happened?
2017 comes around, and my friend comes in from out of town, and he says, "Hey, have you heard about Bitcoin?" And I say, "That's still a thing?" He goes, "Yes." I thought it was too late. No. So we start, then it's on. I'm interested. It's like August or September of 2017, and I have to look at the price, but it was probably like $3,000 or $4,000.
Yeah, I think so.
And at the all-time high at that point. And so we go and we're watching it. Like, I'm watching it the whole time. It's just up, 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 up. And I wanted to get into mining. And I won't say the company, but the company only accepted Bitcoin Cash for miners. That should be a clue.
Right. Now, for all the Satillionaires, Bitcoin Cash is someone's idea of a better form of Bitcoin. And they hard forked Bitcoin, correct?
Yes.
And I think it was all centered around larger block sizes to accommodate many more transactions than Bitcoin itself can handle.
Interesting.
And we have some, and the ticker symbol is BCH. We have a couple of BCHers in our audience of Satillionaires who are, to their credit, very kind individuals. They're not hating on Bitcoin in the comment section. They're just quietly and respectfully letting us know that they believe Bitcoin Cash is superior, and that we should go ahead and get some. And my comments back to them are always, hey, man, really appreciate you. No, thank you, but you're welcome here, right? Because everyone is welcome here at Sat Chats. But but let me step back real quick before we get into your purchase of mining rigs through Bitcoin Cash, which, to your point, should have
didn't do it.
Didn't do it. Okay. Before we let me step back a second real quick to ask my dad's favorite question, number 18, Dad. When your friend showed up in 2017 and asked you, do you have you heard of Bitcoin? This is the third time you've heard about it. You start following along its, or third major event that you're recounting here today, at least. You start following its price as it's tearing upward from 3 to like 20K. How did that make you feel?
Made me feel crazy. I thought I was watching some kind of like crazy thing. I don't know. But I've been absolutely obsessed ever since then. Something changed in me.
Yeah. Something clicked watching the price go up during the bull run in 2017.
Watching the price, learning more about it, like figuring out it's open source, it's this protocol, it's not a company.
Hit us with some of the things that clicked for you. The open source nature of Bitcoin, right? It's inspectable by anyone. No one is in control of Bitcoin. Therefore, everyone is in control of Bitcoin who operates a node, right? That's the kind of like no company line that you just said. What are some of the other aspects of Bitcoin that clicked for you in that moment to make you obsessed ever since?
Well, it was the decentralized nature of it, where everyone's got a copy of this ledger and we're all like cryptographically proving it to be valid and true. And yeah, I just didn't understand the whole crypto thing. And I feel like I can explain crypto now. I think that's the thing that people are most confused about. Like, what does crypto mean?
Now, when we say crypto on Sat Chats, we're typically referring to every cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm taking back crypto. I'm taking back that term.
Okay. We're reclaiming it here today.
Reclaiming crypto. The only crypto is Bitcoin. Everything else is fiat.
What?
Oh.
What?
Okay. Say more. Keep going.
So Bitcoin Cash is fiat. It was someone's idea who said, hey, I want to make this coin. And that's what fiat means from let it be by decree.
Yeah.
They just decreed this source code. It can be open source. It doesn't matter if it's open source. It's by a company who has their own rules of Bitcoin. And these are house rules. And that's what altcoins are, is just no more than house rules.
Ooh, that is
a hot take.
Freaking spicy.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is the only crypto. Everything else is fiat. Apart, obviously gold is not fiat. But to label cryptocurrencies that are not Bitcoin fiat, that is devastation.
It's a blow.
That is devastation. Oh my God. Number 128. That is nasty. Nasty. Now, so is that your explanation of crypto? Is that Bitcoin is the only crypto?
So, okay, crypto. Crypto is a section of computer science, cryptography. And what we use it for is to, we can validate that two files are exactly the same. I can take a file on my computer and you've got a copy on yours, and we can plug them into an algorithm such as SHA-256, which is what Bitcoin uses. And if we got the same number, which is called a checksum, if we have the same checksum, we've got the same file. And so that works for any kind of computer file, movie, music, monetary policy, ledger, database. So that's how we determine that everyone's playing by the rules.
Okay, so hang on.
Does that make sense?
We're talking about, so let's imagine in this case, we're talking about a copy of the blockchain, okay? Which is a record of every transaction that has ever occurred in Bitcoin, in all Bitcoin time. I've got a copy of it on my node right here in the studio. Daniel has got a copy of it on his computer. And what you're saying is one of the ways that we can prove that we have the exact same copy of the blockchain, I can take my copy and kind of run it through that SHA-256 algorithm, which is what is is that a process whereby the data in my file is kind of pushed through this process that creates a number on the other side?
That's right. Just a mathematical formula.
So basically it's taking all the bits of information in my file and it's running it through this process, and that process spits out a single number that represents the entirety of what's included in this file. You do the same with yours, and that's how we know if it's the same number, then we are in agreement on the contents in this file. It's not, if your file had an extra letter A inside it or an extra number 1 inside it, it would produce a different number on the other end of that SHA-256 algorithmic process that we're talking about, correct?
That's right.
Is that how all the different nodes running, is that how they, because we were speaking to, was it Liz? Liz, number 127, I believe, was talking about how one of the most powerful features of Bitcoin is the consensus mechanism.
Yes.
And the fact that all the computers can come to a consensus extremely quickly is one of the most crazy things about Bitcoin.
Yes.
Is that how they achieve consensus, Daniel? Is by everybody throws it through that algorithm and goes, does everybody have the same number? We do. Okay, then that new block, we're all accepting that it happened. Now let's go wait for the next one to get added.
Yeah, no, I'm not a computer scientist, but that is how I understand that it works.
That's
and I've
crazy.
thought about it for a long time.
That is crazy. Let's go. Well, you can be a computer science enthusiast on this show, and that's good enough, right? Because quite frankly, just being able to explain that to me in a way that I can understand it indicates a level of expertise that is in fact above mine. So let's absolutely go. So you felt like you were going crazy watching this thing, but my understanding is you still didn't get any Bitcoin, right? You decided you wanted to mine Bitcoin instead.
So I was watching it rocket up, and I was like, I can't buy at the top. That would be a dumb thing to do, like buy something that's most expensive. So I waited, and it did come down, and I finally pulled the trigger in January. I just bought some straight up.
Okay, 2018.
2018. And just a little bit from my savings. And I did want to get into the mining still. So eventually, this company that sells miners, they opened up their payments to wire transfer, and they accept Bitcoin. So I did one with Bitcoin. This is it.
Oh, show and tell.
I
Show
love
and
a
tell.
show and tell.
Look at that thing. So that's an ASIC, correct? That's a specialized Bitcoin mining
Yep.
machine.
This ASIC, it's a Antminer S9. It's worthless now. It would take me forever to get a payout if I plug this in now.
Even if you like shipped it to somewhere with super cheap energy, it's too old to work.
Is that
Too
also
slow.
Too slow.
Is it also smaller because it's an Antminer? Does that have anything to do with that?
I think
Or
that's
am
just the name of the company, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
is that the typical size?
I got to say that's a heck of a whole lot more powerful than the Bit Axe in my laundry room, which
Right.
is chugging away at like 600 GH/Z, whatever that means.
That's probably more efficient, though.
Probably more efficient.
Yeah, so you're getting more hash per watt.
Dude, see,
So
that's
congrats.
fascinating.
That's
Okay.
good to know.
It's a small but mighty laundry room miner. And I'm solo mining, Daniel, and I hope so bad I solve a block somehow. It would be
I hope
like
so.
winning an F1 race on a scooter that you can, use an app for to jump on in a major metropolitan city.
I feel
But
like
it's
we
not
should
impossible.
get a bit axe here.
That'd be hot. We would need to put it somewhere far away from the studio because it's noisy.
Are they noisy?
Could just put it in the laundry room area.
True. So you decided you wanted to get into mining because I guess was the idea that it's cheaper to mine new Bitcoin than to buy Bitcoin at the top of its cycle?
I would say it's not cheaper. They jack those prices up when when Bitcoin price is up. The miners go up, everything goes up. And if I had just dollar cost averaged and bought a little bit at a time, I would probably have more Bitcoin now.
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
let's pause there because
That's the
last
Stewart
year-
song. That's his note.
last
place.
year I was talking to my cousin Winchester, and I actually looked into spending somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 to buy. I think you said yours there on the floor was an S9. And at 7 some odd years later, I think the latest model they had available was like the S19. So it's come a long
okay.
ways.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to someone at SAS Mining, and they basically have a station that's hooked into the hydroelectric power of Paraguay. And I was like, dude, it would be so cool to have a miner
Mhm.
to mine Bitcoin because technically, allegedly, it's cheaper than buying Bitcoin straight up. Like, I think when Bitcoin was at $60,000, SAS Mining was saying that it cost about $40,000 to mine a Bitcoin. So, you're
Interesting.
I was thinking to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
that's cheaper. Like that's one coin at 40K instead of one coin at 60. But my cousin Winchester was like, no, dude, no. The only people who can mine for real these days are giant outfits. Just
Mhm.
buy Bitcoin. And it sounds like even years previous to me, you had the same experience.
It's fully industrialized since 2017, probably even before that. I just did it for fun. I always wanted a computer that made money, so I had to get one. And yeah.
So you haven't plugged in. When did you take your S9 offline?
I took it off like later in 2019. It's extremely noisy. It's
Yeah.
like 80, 90 decibels. And I had it running in this room right next to where I usually spend time. And it's just like if you had a wet dry vac, you just turn that on and close that behind the door. That's what it was like.
Oh, yeah. That can be a little bit distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the sound of money being made. So I was okay with it. For a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was hanging up some polos in the laundry room today that are like made out of sweater material.
Yeah.
Can't really go into the dryer. And my little bit axe, you know, it's like, zzz, and every once in a while it'll kind of be like, zzz, and I'm like, ooh, I hope that means you're doing good, bud. So I love the sound of it, but my wife does not appreciate that. And I just got back from a 40th birthday trip to Iceland where I saw that island just has power coming out of the ground. Wow. It has volcanic power. It has hot water power. And I'm like, dude, I would love to somehow
set up a remote,
have enough money to drop a shipping container somewhere in Iceland, hook it up to that hot water power that's coming out of the ground, and have that, you know, just make money. Because then I would have an excuse to take more trips to Iceland, you know, like for business. Mm-hmm. But I also thought it's probably still too much money for electricity there. And you got to go to Paraguay. You got to go to somewhere in Africa. You got to find some truly stranded energy that has no one to sell it to in order for it to be cheap. Because these mining companies are making razor thin profits, like razor thin, right? I mean,
well, I guess that's why there's so many bigger ones. Because they can, I mean, they're like gobbling
an economy
up
of scale.
Yeah, they're gobbling up smaller ones because it is more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah. These big companies can get contracts for cheap energy. So
okay,
that's a big cost right there.
Yeah.
They have enough purchasing power to buy enough cheap energy to mine Bitcoin and make a profit in so doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Daniel, you mined for like what, a year and a half?
Yeah.
Just a year and a half. What made you finally say I can't handle this noise?
Just time. And I thought, hey, I'll just unplug this and save it and save some of its life a little bit. So just in case it crashes down, can plug it back in and mine some more Bitcoins for cheap.
Okay.
And that never happened.
Yeah.
It just went, the hash rate.
Yeah, the computer power being applied to Bitcoin is Simple Steve sent me a little number 60 Simple Steve. If you haven't seen his episode yet, hit that up. He sent me a tweet that he tweeted out recently, and it basically illustrated the amount of computing power that is behind Bitcoin. But effectively, what I learned was that the computing power that is driven into Bitcoin today is many times greater than the next 500 supercomputers put together.
Oh, wow.
The next 50 or the next 500, something wild. Bitcoin has amassed unto itself more computing power than either the next top 50 or the next top 500 supercomputer. And it's by like an order of 5x or 6x the entirety of those 50 or 500 combined, which means that Bitcoin is incredibly secure because you would need more computing power than that to try to take it off course and trick it and mess it up and, you know, insert mistakes or whatever. Insane.
Not only that, you have to sustain that power.
Right.
So that if you're trying to take over Bitcoin and you're trying to use all your power to hash rate it into your control, you have to sustain that for an hour. What's that going to cost?
Yeah. trillions, I think is what Michael Saylor said. I mean,
big ol' amount.
It's 21 nuclear reactors, I believe, worth of power that is being driven into Bitcoin.
Of course it's 21.
So it was 20 and now it's 21, but we do like that. So yeah, you need a whole lot of that. But to kind of close the loop for our satillionaires who might be interested in mining, and we do have some of them, and there's nothing wrong with dropping a bit axe into your laundry room like I am. It's a little lottery ticket and it's a lot of fun. But, you know, number 74 Spencer was mining for a long time as well. And you eventually get outpaced by industrial outfits that can simply put more computing power onto the network than you can. And your message, it sounds like, to the satillionaires in the audience is just dollar cost average into Bitcoin, whether it's each week or each month or each quarter, because you'll end up with more Bitcoin than if you're trying to mine it on your own. So after you had that realization, what happened next in your Bitcoin story?
I just continued to be obsessed and watched every podcast. I think I've seen a little bit of everything. When I was learning about it, I looked a lot of Andreas Antonopoulos.
Okay.
And let's see, who else was around then? I would definitely recommend Jeff Booth. He's been on your show.
Yeah.
I'm super excited to be like on the same Parthenon as him.
Yeah.
As a SatChats guest.
Dude.
Yes.
That's what's so great about SatChats. You, as an everyday Bitcoiner, can come tell your story the same way like that Jeff Booth, who is the absolute tower of the future and can far see like a wizard. You guys can both be on the same show.
I would say look up Jeff Booth and then just let your YouTube algorithm handle that for you. Ooh. They'll it's the same stuff that I do, probably.
Yeah. So since then, have you settled into a steady Eddie DCA strategy for Bitcoin, and you continue to learn more and stack sats? I mean, are you kind of you hit the mountain peak and now you're down the other side in the lush valley below, and Bitcoin has done for you in your life what you thought it would do?
So I never spent any of the coins that I mined. And I left, that was my only coins for a couple of years. And after all this time of watching like podcasts, I've been brainwashed enough to dump all of my savings into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And now I just dollar cost average a little bit off paycheck. So I'm all in.
All in.
Wow.
And so okay, so you basically, you effectively converted to a Bitcoin standard because
pretty much
you don't have any dollar savings beyond what you might need for your monthly bills or what have you, and whatever's left over from your paycheck goes into Bitcoin. Like that's your savings account.
Yep. I just have my toes dipped in Fiat just a little bit, just because it makes my life easier to do it that way.
Right.
And
sure. Right.
The savings is in Bitcoin.
The savings is in Bitcoin.
Yes.
And at what point did you reach, totality in terms of, hey, when did you take your savings and drive it into Bitcoin?
Wasn't until this year.
Oh, wow.
A couple months ago.
Okay. Couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what made you decide? Because you've been obsessed with Bitcoin since, I think you said 2017, right? That's 8 years. What made you finally decide to go, okay, I'm going all in?
I think it's like the global macro politics that are happening right now. I won't go into it, but I feel like if we don't get into Bitcoin, it's not going to be a very bright future.
So if I can kind of divine a little bit of what you're hinting at, I just got done with Larry Lepard's book, The Big Print.
Haven't read it.
It's good. It's good.
We also have a short stack that is a review of it.
Yeah, I review the book. Yeah, so you could listen to that short stack, see if you want to get the book, but
go deeper.
The reason why he calls the book The Big Print is because he demonstrates all across American history how our gouvernement prints their way out of the problems that they have created for themselves. And he believes that America is going to have to print a whole bunch of money soon, which is going to throw our country into some nasty times where people who are hanging on to their fiat, which after number 128 Daniel's episode includes all other cryptocurrencies apart from Bitcoin, which was, again, let's just devastation, okay? Can we take a moment of silence for how hard Daniel dunked on crypto, quote unquote? Dude, RIP crypto. That was insane. You know, he's predicting that we're probably going to have a nasty moment of real economic upheaval, which sounds scary. But ultimately what he says is if you're hanging on to Bitcoin or gold, you will probably make it through to the other side largely intact, but it ain't going to be pretty. Do you kind of feel like we, either as a nation or as a world, might be heading for some fiat-induced turbulence?
Absolutely, yeah. They haven't learned their lesson. They will print more money, and they'll never stop.
Yeah, yeah. My personal opinion is the same in terms of I believe that fiat money will need to continue down its pathway, but that it's not going to create a doomsday prepper scenario. It's just going to create increasingly more and more super expensive things.
Yeah.
And we'll just have a slow decline over hundreds of years until one day your Coca-Cola is not 10 cents like it was when my uncle was growing up in Texas in the late 50s, and you got 5 cents back for returning the glass bottle. It's not going to be $5 like it is today with your $17 burger and fry at Five Guys. Your Coca-Cola is going to be like $500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to get absurd. But I don't think that's going to create a scenario where I need to zombie apocalypse style gain refuge in a citadel and protect myself with, kinetic force.
Well, because it's going to feel like 1,000 cuts, like just little pieces everywhere. And that's sort of what's happened, where people have just, gosh, why is everything so expensive?
Yes.
And you like hear that all the time. My parents say that all the time, every single time we go out to dinner or to lunch or something. They're like, gosh, everything's just so expensive. And I was like, we go over this every time. Like, why is this a mystery?
Right.
We know why it's expensive. It's expensive because of inflation. Like, this is it. Like, let's just go ahead and say we've already said it and not say it anymore. It ruins the mood. If you want to have this enjoyment and like family funness, maybe I'm going on a slight rant about this moment, but however, people, they're just going to notice it a little bit at a time.
Right.
Which is sort of like the boiling frog scenario. Totally.
So two things there, right? Number one, I do love the image of Anna Bevan with fork and knife at dinner, just quietly cutting a piece and then going, "It's Bitcoin, Mom. It's Bitcoin. Okay? It's Bitcoin."
Which is what happens, actually.
This is how Bitcoiners with a zeal to orange pill others eventually lose that zeal and decide to just shut up and not try anymore. Because they're like, I'm trying to say one more time, Bitcoin, 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 right?
It's very real.
But also, people have already tolerated a 100x increase in the price of Coca-Cola from 5 cents to $5, and no one has rioted yet, right? So I think they'll tolerate another 100x. They really will.
Well, because the other things with the Coca-Cola will also be 100x.
Yeah, you get shocked, then you get adjusted, then you get shocked, then you get adjusted, and you go out, you ask for more salary. Yeah. They give you more salary. That continue, and then that allows them to continue rate, and it's a whole inflationary loop.
Yes.
So, Daniel, if you were going to address the satillionaire in the audience who is still on the fence, they have yet to stack their first sats, they're super deathly curious, maybe they're a little afraid as well. Your whole Bitcoin story is rich, it's varied, it's long-lasting, it's marked by turning it away, accepting the absolute mess out of it. What type of, message would you carry across to the next brand new Bitcoiner?
Just get a little bit and get some skin in the game. Find out what it is. You're going to be more interested once you have it and you're looking at it in your phone and you're going to be like, oh, what is this? And you're going to look more into it. And it's a new technology.
Just get a little bit.
I will say that is the thing that's getting my mom is she keeps checking. She keeps looking at it. And she gives, the other day we were having a conversation. She was like, my sats aren't going up. And I was like, your sats aren't going to go up.
Sats aren't going up, bro.
I was like, your sats are not going to go up. It's the value of the sats.
Yo.
As it pertains to the dollar. And she goes, oh, how do I see that?
If your sats aren't going up, that's your problem.
I know.
Yeah, that means you're not stacking more sats. You need to stack more sats for your sats to go up.
Right. And so I was like, just buy a little bit. Just buy a little bit right now. I'll sit with you right now and you can buy a little bit.
Yeah.
And she kept checking her phone the whole day. She's like, they're still not there yet. And I was like, well, they're going to batch send them. Probably, and it says in 1 or 2 days, or 1 to 3 days.
Yeah.
So count on the 3 days.
From Bitcoin Well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Dude.
And then she called me the other day. She was like, they showed up. They're there.
Yeah.
They're there.
And now she's got more sats. And I tell you, when I got my first sats with my allowance on Coinbase, and, eventually very quickly decide, wait, I need to control these myself and get them off into my own wallet. But in that little Coinbase app, when I had that initial desire to just get some sats. And that was the quickest, easiest way that I could find to do it after mistakenly going to bitcoin.com attempting to buy Bitcoin. And my state employees credit union was like, no, this is denied. No. Oh. And I was like, what the, hey, anyways, I think that ended up actually being Roger Vere's website. I don't know, dude.
I think so, yeah.
But anyways, the feeling I felt when those first 50,000 some odd Satoshis came across, unbelievable. I was like, dude, these units are mine. Like, this is so awesome and I want more of it. Yeah, it does feel really good that you own them. Yeah. And then I realized, I don't own them because they're on an exchange. So how do I? But to your point, just getting a little bit got me further into my journey with Bitcoin. And I've come to learn so much about it and how to take it into self-custody and how to make sure I'm securing it and owning it and directing it myself. And but just getting a little bit is a really, really good message. So let's turn it over to Ithaca Hummus. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't do that. Hummus. Thing. Shout out Michelle. I think he's somewhere in the 60s. Oh, nice. Maybe 67, Michelle. All right. So I see that you have some hummus too. Yeah. So show the cam. Uniquely. Let me get that bow. Yes. Classic. I'm a classic man.
Classic man. I wanted the everything bagel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, your form said everything bagel. We didn't have any everything bagel. You also, and look, he's going to rip that into the microphone. Let's get some ASMR. Ah, yeah. That was good. Dude, we need to do some YouTube shorts, Ithaca Hummus ASMR. And it's like you're cracking that new tub and you're buying some Bitcoin at the same time. Yes. And it's like, yeah. Yes. So we are going to taste in the studio jalapeno lime. Yes. This is, and now you've got a pretzel that we're going for? Ah, I like that. Okay, look at the pretzel. That. And look at the glob is maintaining its status on just the one rib of the pretzel. Wow. Yeah. Yes. Excellent. Yes. Yes. We are going with the woven wheat. Okay. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thanks for being on the show. The eyebrows raised up there. Is that your first time tasting that flavor?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us your thoughts, because usually we just tell our thoughts.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
It's sweet. nutty and creamy. What's that flavor?
Classic. It's like neutral hummus flavor.
Garlic, cumin,
Garlic.
crushed red pepper.
Yeah.
Are you getting some of those notes?
I am.
Now that he's read them, it's much easier to pick it out. Yeah, the classic hummus from Ithaca is unlike any other.
That's my favorite flavor.
Yeah, it is the creamiest of all of them.
Okay.
I definitely think that it's the creamiest. I think mouthfeel.
Mouthfeel on tilt with the classic.
Yes.
Are you gonna just crush that tub after we're done taping?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, it's the most crushable tub of hummus in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's great.
Let's make Daniel his offer here. What a great episode this has been.
Let's do.
Thank you, by the way, for signing up to come be a guest.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
All right, Daniel, we have reached the portion of the show where we'd like to make you an offer.
But let me pause that real quick, because I just remembered, if you enjoy being on this show, would you be willing to come back on in 9 months to give us an update on your Bitcoin baby?
Absolutely.
Okay, bam.
Perfect.
Locked it in.
All right. At Sat Chats, we believe in value for value. And in exchange for your time and coming on our show, we'd like to make you an offer to choose between $50 in fiat or $50 in Bitcoin, which at today's exchange rate is 40,850 Satoshis.
Yes.
What would you like, Daniel?
I'd be honored to take the Satoshis.
Yes. Let's go. High five. Bam.
That's a good idea.
Dude, I hope.
Not only that, I will match that on my own for my own 50 Satoshis or $50.
So
right now.
You're gonna buy yourself 50 more right now.
Right now.
Yeah, let's go.
I love this energy.
He's got his own hummus, and he's gonna match the sats he's earned today.
Yes.
By putting some more of his own fiat into Bitcoin. Now, give us an insight into, because you just whipped out your phone. Now, where are you going to get them Satosh?
I'm on Strike.
Strike.
Oh, nice.
Strike. Look at that.
Oh,
Strike.
Strike is also on the board behind you.
Yeah. Strike is one of our wish list sponsors. I know Jack Mahlers is an absolute upstanding guy, and it seems like his exchange is trying as hard as humanly possible to help people live on a Bitcoin standard by almost being able to like convert your fiat paycheck directly into Bitcoin and pay your bills somehow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep, it's through their bank that they have deal with. So you just do direct deposit and have your whole paycheck going in there if you want.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
I need to explore that because Stagsy in the comments of our Bitcoin Well video said, unfortunately, it's not available in the United Kingdom.
Oh.
So I said, which exchange do you use? He uses Strike.
Okay.
So we got to get in there. So 40,850 sats plus another through Jack Mahlers and Strike. Let's go. You bring our scoreboard to 125 who have stacked the sats, along with 9 who have chosen the cash, including my sister, number 80, Lydia. And we know that $50 ain't there no more.
Sadly, Lydia.
So that's our proof of work. We have enjoyed your proof of work here today. And Satillionaires, if you enjoyed our combined proof of work, subscribe on YouTube. We are trying to reach 10,000 subscribers, aka Satillionaires, by Christmas, December the 25th, Yule. And we will select one subscriber at random when we hit that number and drop not 40,850 sats on their head, but 2 million.
And you want that to be you.
You want that to be you because 2 million is a lot of sats.
It is.
That's 0.02 of a Bitcoin.
I'm subscribing right now.
Yeah. All right.
Boom.
So Daniel is now subscribed. He's in the running for 2 million sats. You should be in the running for 2 million sats as well. Tune in weekdays at 11 a.m. for more episodes like this. Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern is our live game show, TikTok Next Block, where you play for 1 million sats. You can support the show. You can sponsor the show in a couple of other ways. It's all in the show notes for you if you are so inclined. So, Satillionaires, thanks so much for your time. Remember, Sat Chats is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice. Also, our guests' views are their own. Until next time, keep stacking those sats. Bye-bye.